Hey fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl AE. Today we're having a very interesting review on Why Women Kill. At first, I saw the movie like when I was going through my site where I download my movies from, and then I'm like, I didn't just want to stress myself. So I think one day I was on TV and then I saw an advert on Movie Central, and then I'm like, I think I saw the lady talking to a dead body in her front yard, and I'm like, this movie will be really interesting, and that's how I went to download the movie, and I started seeing it, and then I loved it. But I thought that the movie was just about women and the reasons why they actually kill. But then watching it and seeing how things got unfolded and how interesting it was, I'm like, okay. Why Women Kill has 2 seasons. The 2 seasons have different stories and different casts, but they have 10 episodes in each. Season 1 premiered in August 15th, 2019, while season 2 premiered June 12th, 2021. So it's a darkly comedic drama detailing the lives of 3 women living in 3 different decades: a housewife in the 60s, a socialite in the 80s, and a lawyer in 2019, each dealing with infidelity in their marriages. It was created by Mark Cherry and executive producers Mark Cherry and Michael Hunnell and Brian Gazay. Mark Cherry is equally the one who created Desperate Housewives. If you have seen Desperate Housewives, you would obviously love Why Women Kill. So another story underneath it is it's an anthology series. It follows the 3 women in different decades all living in the same house. Oh yeah, I missed that part. They were actually all living in the same house. I mean, after the lady in the 60s, she moved out and then sold the house to the lady in the 80s, and the lady in the 80s sold the house to the lady in 2019. So they all lived in the same house actually. So season 1, it followed Beth Ann, who she was a housewife, and then her husband, I shouldn't call him an asshole in YouTube language. He didn't do things well. He was cheating, and at the end almost turned his wife into a housemate. I think the part that got me really angry was the first episode where they had visitors in the house, and then he kept hitting his cup like he was at a diner and calling the waitress that he needs more tea. And then the neighbor said, I think you should find another means, telling her that, okay, this is what you actually want, and not clicking the teacup like you have an errand person in the house and you're trying to say. And then, but she didn't really complain. I mean, she loved what she was doing with the husband, what she was doing for the husband, so it really didn't matter. And then we saw how she tried to manage everything while dealing with the death of her daughter. I mean, they moved from where they were to California because they wanted to try and erase some memories. And then she found out that her husband was actually cheating on her with a waitress at the diner. And she just tried to know who the lady was and maybe talk to her. And then things went differently and she became friends with her. And it didn't end well. I would just pause there that it didn't really end well. But the season 1 was really, really cool. You could see the suspense. There was a lot of suspense. And then seeing the ladies from the 80s, she is socialite. She had an art gallery, and she had actually divorced twice. Out of the 3 marriages, she had just 1 child from the first husband, and her daughter was as bad as she was. When I mean bad, she was just really rude, and she didn't really care about anybody's opinion. But at the same time, even when she found out her husband was gay, she on her husband with her friend's son. I mean, the guy came onto her because with what we understood, he loved her since he was 14. So he just kept that crush in his head until he was able to get what he wanted and all. So the 2019 lady, she was a lawyer, but they were in an open marriage and she was bisexual. So you could see how she brought in a total stranger into the house and things just went bizarre. Like, I don't even know how she was able to keep her husband. I mean, he really understood that, okay, maybe she wanted to try new things, so that's why the marriage was open. But her family didn't like him because they felt like, okay, he was jobless. He wasn't jobless per se. He was a writer, but he only made his profit one time, which made him blow, but he didn't have money. So she was the one carrying the weight of the family and all. And when she brought Jade into the house, that was her partner, and they all lived together, and they started seeing some signs. First of all, he was a drug addict, which made her use all her savings to get him fixed. But then when Jade came to the picture, many things just changed. So basically, this Why Women Kill, what they're trying to say is, for the season 1, Bethan got angry with what, for the lady from the 60s, she got angry with what her husband did, and that prompted her to kill him. And then for the ladies from the 80s, she didn't kill him either. He got sick, he had HIV, and she had to end his life. Him asking her to actually do that. And the lady from 2019, that one, she didn't kill her husband, but you could see that it's the lady she brought into the house that made that actually happen. And at the end of this season 1, they showed something that was very funny. When they moved into that same house, it then made it seem like that house was actually cursed, that anybody who moves in, something bad will happen to the person. We saw how they came into the house, and the husband was looking at another lady, and the wife just got angry, and then she got her shotgun and blew his head up. So season 2 had a different story entirely. This follows the life of Alma Freelcut. She was a housewife. Her husband was a vet, and he had this very weird obsession of helping people who are dying, like kill them faster, so they don't go through much pain. But nobody really knew why he did that. So the wife caught him, and then he kept telling her that, okay, see what happened. I had to help my mom when she was sick, and I killed her. Not that he killed her, he was helping her to save her from future pain. So he kept doing that over time and all. But then Alma wanted more, seeing the ladies of the garden club, and she really wanted to be part of the club, but she couldn't. And being that her husband wasn't really rich. But then in the where she stayed, they all had secrets, obviously, but Alma didn't really mind, because then, when the series started, she was like really cool, kind, and friendly. But other people actually treated her anyhow because they knew her from the husband, and they all kept referring to her as Bertram Philcott's wife, not calling her by her name. So basically, people didn't really know her by her name. They just felt like, okay, this is the wife of the vet and all. So she tried to get herself into and then she had this very nosy neighbor who wanted to know what was going on every single time. And so the day she was having a discussion with her husband, the woman climbed the ladder to their window to actually hear what was happening, and that's how she fell to her death. So I think that was the part I saw that actually got me interested in the movie. They buried the woman in their garden. And that's what she was telling when she was talking to the woman, that she needs to see her now, that she has finally joined the garden club women and blah blah. But I would just say, not to give so much spoilers, she became terrible. She became something else, and that wasn't really cool. That's really not how I expected Alma to be at the end of the series. But fame and things that you wouldn't even think would happen made Alma change, and that she didn't change for the better, she changed for the worst. So we have the cast as Bethan from the season 1 as Jean Farr Goodwin, Lucy Liu as Simone, Cabri Holloway Babs as MC Law, Lana Pearlie, Matthew Dadro, and Veronica Falcon and Alexandra Dadro. Producers for Why Women Kill, we have Anna Plum, Mark Gretson. Executive producers are Brian Grancy, Francie Calfo, and Michael Hannell. Season 2 sticks in 1949 Los Angeles. Story of Alma Freelcut as Alison Tolman, a lonely housewife whose prized possession is her garden. She dreams of joining the Park Garden Club, but can't compete with the teen women of means, particularly Rita Castillo. That's like the president. But she couldn't compete with the women of particular Rita Castillo. Unfortunately, Alma's life is turned upside down by a revelation from her husband, Nick Frost, that opens up exposing everyone's secrets. But overall, this series was amazing. And then the introductory part, like when the series began, they did it like in a cartoon way. The introduction to the series, it was it was really, really cool. I mean, I thumbs up to the producers. They really did a very great job in this movie. I'm hoping to see season 3, and we know, because season 1 ended the way it ended. It ended well, season 2 ended well. So I believe that when season 3 comes up, it's going to be a different story entirely. So I'm looking forward to seeing Why Women Kill season 3, which is amazing. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you for staying till this point. I love you all. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And before I go, I would like to give this movie a 9/10. I loved it. It was amazing. It was really amazing. So thank you so much. I love you. Mwah.